Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tranquil Journeys. I'm Jennifer, and I'm here with Allison, and we'll be your instructors today. And we're so happy that you can join us for 30 to 40 minutes of self-care practice and meditation, and to find a sense of inner peace. We've been teaching together and affiliated with Images of Hope for over 3 years, and the intention is to bring healing arts classes to cancer patients, caregivers, and anyone affected by cancer in El Dorado County. So we're so happy that you're taking the time for yourself today and time to be with us. And we're very grateful for your continued support of Images of Hope and our virtual classes. So today we'll spend time on self-care and meditations to create feelings of positivity, especially when things aren't going as planned. So I'm going to turn it over to Allison to go into our topic more in depth and get us started on some of our techniques.
Okay, well, I thought I'd have this as our topic this month because it's something I experienced and it was very unlike me. Our topic is existential crisis. Now, when I was going through this, I didn't know that that was the term. Sometimes if a person has a couple days like this, there's a trigger, something happens in your life, or maybe it's just something you saw on the news. You start thinking about the meaning in your life, what you're doing and why. And in my case, I thought, what's the point? And I had a couple days of feeling like this, and that was just not like me. And while I was out walking, the phrase came to me, existential crisis. And I never had really fully understood what the word existential even meant. But I Googled it and I saw the definition and I thought, oh my goodness, that's exactly how I was feeling. And in fact, some of the Google results said that the whole world is going through an existential crisis at the moment. And a lot of folks with world events are experiencing these feelings. And so I thought I'll share it with you because at the time I thought, oh my gosh, am I always going to feel this way from here on outward? But I kept myself busy. I'll go through some of the tips for how to cope with this kind of a phase. I kept myself busy and it passed. So if you ever find yourself questioning the meaning of things, what's the point of anything anyway these days? If you feel like that, here are a couple tips. And some of the techniques we're going to share with you today are ones that will hopefully help you get through if you have a bad day or two like this. So first of all, try and adjust your viewpoint. I know when you're in the midst of this gray, it's hard. And an existential crisis is different than a depression that could go on for quite a while. A crisis like this is usually triggered by an event. But if you can, adjust your viewpoint. See this, and when you realize that, wow, this isn't me, why am I feeling this way? See it as an open door in your mind that will hopefully lead to a change that will add to your happiness. Another thing that when I was looking up coping skills for this situation, a lot of recommendations were to start a gratitude journal. Think about things, even one little thing, whether it's maybe the way your pet looks at you, any little thing, your garden, a plant that looks happy, getting new shoots. Think of things you're grateful for. Little things like this will really help get you through. Don't dwell on the past. Think forward. And you could try something new. Something that I've taken this past year to do is a free online college course. it was wonderful. There are websites like Coursera or edX where you can take a class for free, something like geology, if you've always wanted to study geology, or Emily Dickinson, or something that you've always wished you could study without having to worry about tests or passing or stress. Take a class. Read a book, watch a movie you've always wanted to see, just something to kind of get you through those couple of days, because you will feel better. Reach out to a friend. I talked about it with a friend, and a good friend, and we kind of reached the point at the end where we realized that, wow, maybe it's not all about a grand plan. Maybe it's all about those special, precious little moments in life. Maybe that's what it's all about. So anyway, talking to a friend really helped me. Make a cup of tea intentionally and mindfully, not quickly, pouring, choosing the tea, tasting it, each little moment. Enjoy that cup of tea. It's amazing how something like that can help. And if you can, eliminate alcohol, caffeine, sugar, those usually exacerbate any negative moods you might be experiencing. Jennifer is going to talk about essential oils that will lift your spirits if you use aromatherapy. And nature. Nature can almost solve anything. I was out walking, and I love the sound of the wind in the pines. And, I was in my sort of gloomy mood, and suddenly a wind came up, and I heard that sound in the pines. It's a little bit like the ocean. And suddenly it came to me. I thought, wow, maybe I'm hearing the answer to my questions. I maybe can't understand the language, but the answer is there. I know it sounds odd, perhaps, but somehow that helped me. It got me through that time. Breathing and meditation, keep it going. Keep doing this. It really does help. And if you find that this feeling continues for longer than a couple of days, do reach out and seek help. First of all, friends, family, physician, counselor, and there are all kinds of resources out there, mental health helplines that were not available before the pandemic. Now there are a lot of free helplines available. So that's if it does last a little longer than a couple days, but usually and hopefully it'll be like my experience, and you have a tough couple of days, but you might come out better for it in the end. It can be a doorway to finding new meaning. So we are going to look at an essential oil to create positive feelings. And Jennifer is going to explain this to you now.
Thank you, Allison. I think we've all had days like this that you're describing. I can certainly relate. And one of the things that I like to do is use essential oils, because essential oils can essentially change your mood and enhance your mood for the better if you're using the right ones. And so I'd just like to share with you that any citrus essential oil is a great mood enhancer. It is something that will uplift you. So there's something called sweet orange, and that's an essential oil you can get pretty easily online. And the sweet orange is just a great scent. You can pop the lid open and just take a whiff of the bottle, and it just makes you smile. It smells delicious and changes your mindset, your focus. And so that's a great one. And then there's also peppermint. Probably a lot of you are familiar with peppermint oil, and this is another great one to use during the day. It's energizing and uplifting, and right away, if you open that up and smell that, it kind of goes into your sinuses and awakens you and makes you feel different instantly. And it's great for relieving both mental and physical fatigue. And then last, there's lavender. And lavender is another really great essential oil for a lot of things. It relieves muscle pain. It also helps with headaches and cramping, muscle pain if you apply it to your skin with a carrier oil. And it can help relieve sinuses, and many of us have that right now in the springtime. But overall, it's a great oil for just reducing stress and anxiety and insomnia. So those are three of my favorite mood enhancing essential oils. And I'm going to turn it back over to Allison, who's going to uh, give us a breathing technique before we get started on our other meditation exercises.
Okay, this is really simple, and it's a way to get rid of negativity. Only takes about 10 seconds to do. And I call it the hot breath. All you do is breathe out, and it's as if you are trying to fog up your glasses or fog up a window. But you do it kind of loudly. You go, it's like a dragon breath. Imagine a dragon breathing fire. So do a hot breath. Go. And I do this about 3 times. Sometimes I do it before meditation. And it's amazing how much it does, rid your mind of negativity. It's a very cleansing breath. So try a hot breath. And the next thing I'm going to talk about is a technique or something you can do that helps you find your way. Some of you may have heard me talk about labyrinths in the past. In this situation, if you have to find your way out of a frame of mind, if you need to make a decision, or if you're going through a difficult time, a period of stress, or if you just need to quiet your mind, a labyrinth can be a wonderful and very curative way of handling that situation. You can either go somewhere where you know that there is a labyrinth, or use a finger labyrinth. And let's see, my monitor is kind of small. I'm seeing myself on a small screen. So I think I'm going to hold this up, and there we go. This will show you one that you can find online. There's a wonderful website called Veriditas, Veriditas, and it is this organization and the website were created by an amazing lady named Lauren Artress, and she's really been one of the masterminds behind the use of the labyrinth as a tool for self-discovery, for even global healing. And she has this a link to a PDF of this that you can print out. So you can do a finger labyrinth. She has, I have one of her labyrinths that you can buy. It's a sand labyrinth. It's great. And there are all sorts of other things out there that you can buy. I just treated myself to a wood labyrinth. I've always wanted one, but it doesn't matter. The size doesn't matter. The material doesn't matter. You can follow it with your finger if you print one out. If it's a tiny one, you can use the end of a pen to follow your way around. Now, a labyrinth is not a maze. A maze is designed to make us lose our way. This is Lauren Archer's way of explaining the purpose of labyrinth. A maze is designed to make us lose our way. A labyrinth is designed to help us find our way. There is one path to the center and back again. It's a very grounding experience because you're very focused on either if you're doing one on the ground, you're focused on where you put your feet. If you're doing a finger labyrinth, a lot of your attention is focused on that feeling of your finger and finding your way around. So it kind of brings you back to your body as well. It's grounding in that sense. It quiets the mind, it brings you comfort, acceptance, and if you need it at the time, it helps you release sadness or pain too. And each time it's a different experience because each time you bring something different to it. And there are 3 phases of a labyrinth in general. And think of this as you do the guided meditation with Jennifer. If you have been able to print out the finger labyrinth from the website, or if you happen to have a finger labyrinth of your own, you can use that during the meditation today with Jennifer. So the first phase is often all about going in. It's going in towards the center, is emptying, releasing, and quieting. When you finally reach the center, you're there to receive whatever there is to receive. And as you make your way out of the labyrinth, you follow the path back to return to the world. And there's an acceptance in that. So, but it's different for everybody. But with that thought, if you have a labyrinth, go ahead and grab that and take a few deep breaths. Get ready, and I'm going to turn it over to Jennifer for the guided meditation.
All right, everyone. So hopefully you're in your comfortable chair or lying down in a comfortable way for the next few minutes. If you want and you have your paper or labyrinth, you can go ahead and keep that near you and use it during this time. So let's take some time to let go of our thoughts and tension that we hold in our bodies. And notice your inhale and your exhale. If you'd like, you can close your eyes. Maybe practice doing that hot breath that we were talking about now. Take a breath in through your nose then, and then out through your mouth. And listen to the sigh of relief on your exhale. And try to keep focus on your breath as you deeply drift into a place within you. Notice here your body, the feelings that you have when you think of your body. And pay attention to your toes and your feet and your ankles. Maybe wiggle your toes and flex your feet. And then release. Try to tighten and lift your legs from the hips down just for a few seconds. And then when you're ready, release them, fully letting go and relaxing your legs all the way down to your toes. Imagine with your inhale, the relaxation spreads to your hips, your lower and upper back. Feel your belly soften with each inhale, letting it expand as you inhale deeply down towards your belly button. Imagine your breath is cleansing your organs, releasing toxins, tension that you no longer need. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears and then press them away from your ears, relaxing them down and back. Tighten your arms, making a fist with your fingers. And then release your hands and arms, feeling the energy run from your shoulders to your elbows, to your wrists, to the tips of your fingers. Very gently and slowly move your head from side to side, loosening the neck muscles that become so tight. Shift into comfort. Let go. Soften. Soften your body. With your inhale and your exhale, falling heavier into your chair or the floor. And surrender to just being here, right now, in this present moment. Let's spend some time clearing our minds and making space for that emptiness and renewed thoughts. This is just temporary, just for now. So just notice your thoughts coming and going. Think of maybe the last time you had a challenge to face or something didn't go as planned. And just bring this into your mind now. If you're worried about something or your mind is racing, just think about it for a minute and ask yourself, what's going on here? And what do you need to do to resolve it? Be patient with yourself and make a mental note of what comes into your mind. Take another deep breath. Let go on your exhale. Know that taking this time now to acknowledge what's going on in the mind makes space for you to find answers and have the power to do what you think is best in all situations. So just spend a moment acknowledging again your thoughts, allowing them to be just as they are, and knowing you will know just what to do. Sometimes there's nothing more to do, but just to recognize the sensations you have in your body and around your thoughts. Becoming aware of your thinking and how that correlates to what you are feeling is an important tool for coping with all kinds of stress. So just be gentle with yourself, getting back to letting your thoughts come and go. No need to spend too much time. Just acknowledgement is enough. And drift with your breathing, knowing that you've eased tension in your body and have essentially cleared your mind of past worry and future anxieties. And now take one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, and feel your hands resting and nurturing you. Take another deep breath here. And a sigh of relief on your exhale. And imagine you have a beautiful magic wand that you can create and manifest your reaction and responses to be positive. And this leaves a happy feeling throughout your body. And you feel your body pulsing with joy and happiness and health and love. And as we engage our imagination, complete the following sentence with the first thing that comes to your mind. I imagine the joy I feel when I imagine the pleasure it will bring me to. I imagine I can handle change with a. I imagine my health to be. I imagine my loved ones to have. I imagine I have the willpower to. When you're ready, move both your hands to your face so that your palms cover your eyelids. And let all of the good energy you have created in your mind now flow from the top of your head, down your neck, your spine, your shoulders, arms, into your chest and belly, your legs, all the way to your feet and toes. Bringing your hands down when you're ready, and sit back in silence for a few minutes. Take another deep breath. Let all of the good energy you have created in your mind now flow from the top of your head down, radiating, cleansing you, refreshing you, and feel guided by your own inner wisdom, your own process. And as you get ready to come back to the space that you're in, slowly open your eyes, taking a few minutes again to pay attention to how you feel after acknowledging your breath and how you're feeling and coping with all of the influences of our lives. And know that you will create a better sense of peace within you and keep a watchful eye on your own wellness the more you practice coping techniques. So I hope that you know you can always come to your breath as a powerful coping technique, and just stop what you're doing, take an inhale and exhale and pay attention, and instantly your awareness will shift. So now I'll turn it back over to Allison.
And that was perfect. I love that, and I used my labyrinth as I listened to Jennifer, and it felt good. And to end our session today, uh, I'd like to give credit to Energy Magazine. They have the perfect technique to end our session with today. It's in their May-June issue, and they call it grounding in simple goodness. So they begin by acknowledging that everybody goes through times of emotional or mental heaviness. And when that happens, you should honor those feelings. Let them be. This isn't about bypassing them or turning away from them. But when you experience them, you find the power of and. That's how they put it. So it's an opportunity. So there might be a friend who reaches out to you. It might be the way your animal companion looks at you. It might be the longer hours of daylight during the season. It's you find and something to be grateful about. And this is the technique, so follow along with me. First, you identify one small or large thing that you're grateful for, that inspires you or that feels supportive and good. So think of something that you are grateful for. And then with your hands on your heart, place the presence of this goodness, this thing you're grateful for, place it within your heart. As you do this, first acknowledge that this might be a difficult time in your life, and return to the goodness that's also available. Focus on that goodness that's in your heart. Now imagine that this example of goodness has a volume dial. Turn that volume up and increase its frequency. And let this goodness expand within you. Feel that for 20 seconds or more. Feel that volume of goodness going up, expanding in your heart area and then throughout your body, and then even out into the world. And then when you're done, offer yourself gratitude for these few moments of self-caring. That's really important. So On that note of gratitude, we'll end our session today. I hope some of these techniques can help you bypass some gray days or get through them and come out into an even better place. In the end, give yourself a chance to do some things you always wanted to do. And our quote for the day is one that I love. It's from Richard Bach's book, Illusions. And here it is. Here is the test to find whether your mission on earth is finished. If you're alive, it isn't. It's as simple as that, folks. So thank you again for joining us for Tranquil Journeys. Jennifer and I thank you, and we thank Images of Hope, El Dorado. And until we see you for our next Tranquil Journeys, take care of yourselves. Thank you again. Bye-bye.